Hello, I'm Kendra Cook, your host for the DCTV Daily News program out of Dove Creek, Colorado. It's brought to you by the Dolores County Broadcasting Network with support from the Southwest Colorado TV Translator Association. That's the special district association responsible for bringing the area free to access TV stations over the air by antenna. This is a community TV station. If there's a news story or event information that you would like to share, contact us. Leave me a message at 970-677-4119 or email dcbnnews@gmail.com. And if you're a business or organization, we welcome you to find out about sponsorship opportunities for banners or video segments run on the channel. This is the Monday program for April 12th, 2021, DCTV Daily News. A follow-up to a potentially good direction for Colorado, as written on Reason.com online. Recently, Colorado Governor Jared Polis, Democrat, is champing at the bit to ensure his state has one of the nation's best food laws. Polis has said he'll sign a bill deregulate meat sales direct to consumers, which will permit farmers and ranchers in the state to sell cuts of meat directly to consumers in the state, quote, without licensure, regulation, or inspection by a public health agency. The Colorado bill mimics a key expansion of Wyoming's groundbreaking food freedom law. Last year, Wyoming added an animal share amendment to that law. The animal share amendment allows consumers in Wyoming to buy individual cuts of meat, such as steaks or roasts, directly from the rancher. This effectively allows farmers and consumers to opt out of a pervasive federal and state-run meat inspection system that favors large national and international producers over smaller local ones. Wyoming's law takes advantage of an exemption built into the Federal Meat Inspection Act. While that 1906 law established the processes and parameters for a nationwide scheme of meat inspection, an exemption in the law allows for custom slaughtering of livestock by and for an owner of the animal. Colorado's law will capitalize on that same exemption. While North Dakota and a few other states have adopted elements of food freedom legislation, Colorado will be the first state to follow Wyoming's lead on animal shares. Colorado's welcome embrace of food freedom should come as no surprise. The PRIME Act, which was a, quote, bill that would permit farmers to expand options for selling meat locally that's been processed by local slaughterhouses, back in 2015, when then Representative Polis, he was a congressman, and Representative Thomas Massey, Republican from Kentucky, held a publicized lunch at which they consumed steak and other animal products that had not been inspected by the U.S. Department of Agriculture, the USDA. Quote, we think people should be able to go to a farmer's market, and if a farmer there raised cattle and wants to sell it, they should be able to, Polis said of the meal. Quote, in a way, it's restricting capitalism, restricting free enterprise to say totally legal. You can give meat to people, you can share it with people, but the minute there's money involved, it's a federal crime, end quote. That both Polis and Massey continue to live and breathe is evidence that USDA meat inspection is not a necessary precondition for obtaining safe and healthy food. Nevertheless, food safety concerns are front and center for critics of the current Colorado bill. But as former Wyoming State Representative Tyler Lindholm, Republican, the chief architect of Wyoming's first in the nation food freedom legislation, told this writer back in 2017, Chicken Little predictions that Wyoming's food freedom laws would lead to illnesses or deaths have proven entirely unfounded. Quote, Wyoming's local food options have exploded, and we still have had 0 foodborne illness outbreaks due to this act passing into law, Lindholm said. Quote, currently Wyoming has experienced none of the deaths that we were all warned would happen, and for that matter, none of the illnesses that were prophesied to take place upon passage of the bill. On the other end of the cattle and ag business concerns for Colorado, the Western Stock Show was canceled for 2021, but at this time, plans to resume the major Colorado event are set for 2022. Rumors that Texas is wanting to move the show to their state are just that for now. The event is a hallmark of the state of Colorado, bringing in a large amount of annual revenue. The National Western Stock Show's official stand on the ballot initiative regarding animal care is that they are, quote, firmly against Proposition 16. We've joined with the Colorado Cattlemen's Association, Colorado Livestock Association, Colorado Farm Bureau, state agricultural leaders, and their organizations to oppose Initiative 16, now referred to as the PAWS, P-A-U-S-E, Act. Alongside our Colorado ag and livestock partners, National Western will use all necessary influence in every political circle to see that the measure is defeated. Agriculture is the backbone of the NWSS since 1906, and we will continue to protect its vitality here in Colorado. We will continue to monitor how that potential initiative could significantly damage the agricultural businesses of Colorado if it passes in 22. And now, let's take a look at our local weather. Today, a mostly sunny day with a high near 63 degrees and striping in the sky, with north winds 5 to 10 miles an hour becoming west in the afternoon. Tonight, we're looking for increasing clouds and probably haze, with a low around 41 degrees with west-northwest winds at 5 miles an hour becoming east-southeast after midnight. For Tuesday, that's when we're looking for our next chance of precipitation. There's a 40% chance of showers in the afternoon, mostly cloudy and a high near 61. East winds 5 to 15 miles an hour, shift south-southwest in the morning. For Tuesday night, it drops to a 30% chance of showers before midnight, mostly cloudy and a low around 39 on the overnight. Southeast winds 10 to 15 miles an hour. And for Wednesday, we're looking for sunny skies again, mostly sunny with a high near 63 and breezy with a south wind 15 to 25 miles an hour and gusts as high as 40 miles an hour. For Wednesday night, partly cloudy and a low around 38 degrees, continuing to be breezy. Thursday, partly sunny and a high near 57. Thursday night, partly cloudy and a low around 31 degrees. Into Friday, mostly sunny and a high near 55, with Friday night partly cloudy and a low around 32. Into the weekend, Saturday, mostly sunny and a high near 55. Saturday night, partly cloudy and a low around 32. And now, back to our news. On March 11th and 12th, 2020, representatives of Lone Tree Brewing Company and Ska Brewing Company met at the latter's Durango headquarters to brew a kettle-soured Berliner Weiss for the Collaboration Festival, a Denver-based event celebrating Colorado's craft beer scene. Like most of 2020's events, that festival was canceled because of the Project COVID-19. This is reported by the Durango Herald that the two breweries were able to find a different way to work together in the form of a distribution partnership. Before the partnership formed, Lone Tree's beer was distributed mostly in the corridors along Interstates 25 and 70. The closest it got to Durango was 100 miles away, down in Montrose. Now, through Ska Brewing's distribution arm, 6-packs of the South Denver metro area breweries Lone Tree IPA, Mexican Lager, Strawberry Kiwi Blonde Ale, Red Ale, Peach Pale, Double IPA, and Spring Seasonal Pomegranate Wit, as well as mixed 12-packs, are available in Durango, Telluride, Ouray, and Ridgeway. It was a natural fit, said Kristen Marraro, Ska's sales and marketing director. Both she and Lone Tree Brewing founder John Winter served on the board of directors of the Colorado Brewers Guild. The initial collaboration came at the suggestion of one of Ska's distribution reps, who was a regular at Lone Tree's tasting room, she said. In terms of the beer now headed to Southwest Colorado, Dennis Stack, Lone Tree's director of sales and marketing, said that his brewery is sending some styles Durango hasn't necessarily seen. Quote, "Our portfolio of beers has a wide variety. We're not just IPA heavy or lager heavy. We brew a lot of different things, and our product mix on the Front Range is quite different from what we're seeing in that corner of the state," he said. In particular, the fruit-forward brews, such as Strawberry Kiwi Blonde Ale and the Peach Pale, fill in some gaps in at least Ska's portfolio. Similarly, Lone Tree IPA is a bit different in that it has a juicy flavor that isn't as resinous or piney as many West Coast IPAs, but also it isn't hazy like a New England IPA. IPA beers are that strong, hoppy-tasting beer. On the other hand, there is at least one notable overlap between Ska and Lone Tree: Mexican lagers. Because many beer festivals lack a Mexican lager category, Mexican Lager, spelled Logger, and Lone Tree's Mexican Lager have rarely, if ever, competed against each other directly, but they have brought home similar hardware. In 2017, both won gold medals: Ska at the Los Angeles International Beer Competition, Lone Tree at the Great American Beer Festival in Denver. Both beers also took home silver at GABF in 2015. Quote, "Mexican lagers in general are getting a lot of press right now and growing in popularity. So we'll continue to see that category grow," Marraro said. "I think there's room for both of ours. I think we've established ourselves well enough with our Mexican lager that it's going to do its thing, and they've established themselves very well up in their area with fans of their Mexican lager." The Mexican Lager, Logger, beer from Ska is on tap here in Dove Creek at Bangers. While SCA's version is seasonal, Lone Tree's Mexican Lager is available year-round. SCA also distributes beer from Bristol Brewing Company, Bosque Brewing Company, La Cumbra Brewing Company, Left Hand Brewing Company, Marble Brewery, Stone Brewery, Sweetwater Brewing, and Telluride Brewing, and in addition to spirits from Peach Street Distillers, CBD Seltzers from Oh Hi Beverages, and Fence Line Ciders, and SCA's non-alcoholic Skagua. And we are still remaining in the green level on the state's metrics for Project COVID-19. That's here in Dolores County. Most work and normal life continue with some adjustments, such as working from home and Zoom meetings that may not go back to pre-2020, quote, normal. And perhaps some of this is a good thing. The concept of basic sanitation, such as covering a cough, washing your hands, drinking plenty of water, and getting good vitamin C, D, and zinc, and all the rest, as well as staying home if you are ill, should have been priorities prior to the pandemic scare. So hopefully all of that part of your personal health care regime will continue beyond 2021. But there are many organizations and plans in the works above and beyond our local, state, and federal government that have a hand in what our future looks like. The World Economic Forum, or WEF, has been integral in the new world ordering of things over the past decade or more. It's Klaus Schwab's home for who wrote the Fourth Industrial Revolution to lead us into the next rebuilding of society on a worldwide stage. So who better to tell us what is going to happen next, since they have been integral in planning the outcomes. And they are not doing this for you or my health benefit. The latest update out of Geneva, Switzerland, is a survey from WEF of how the populations across the world are feeling about returning to a state of, quote, normal post-Project COVID-19 pandemic. This would be a part of their navigating the next waves of fear and chaos to direct the worldwide societies under their control. The press release states a new IPSOS and World Economic Forum survey found that almost 60% expect a return to pre-COVID normal within the next 12 months, including 6% who think this is already the case, 9% who think it will take no more than 3 months, 13% 4 to 6 months, and 32% 7 to 12 months, the median time. About 1 in 5 think it will take more than 3 years, that's 10%, or that it will never happen, that's 8%. Views on when to expect a return to normal vary widely across countries. Over 70% of adults in Saudi Arabia, Russia, India, and mainland China are confident their life will return to pre-COVID normal within a year. In contrast, 80% in Japan and more than half in France, Italy, South Korea, and Spain expect it will take longer. At a global level, expectations about how long it will take before one's life can return to its pre-COVID normal and how long it will take for the pandemic to be contained are nearly identical. These findings suggest that people across the world consider that being able to return to, quote, normal life is entirely dependent on containing the pandemic. On average, of 45% of adults globally say their mental and emotional health has gotten worse since the beginning of the pandemic, about a year ago. However, 1 in 4 say their mental health has improved since the beginning of the year, or 23%. About as many that say it has worsened, 27%. So what do you think or feel? How has this affected your life? We want to know and share it with our community. Email in your thoughts, just like a letter to the editor. It would be feedback from the community. Stay well, healthy, with a good positive attitude, and choose freedom over medical tyranny. And today's High Canyon Country happenings coming up this week. Free legal self-help clinic is available April 13th at 2 p.m. and April 14th at 4:45 p.m. at the Mancos Public Library. Please call 970-533-7600 for all the details. The Dolores County Development Corporation, DCDC, their monthly meeting is from 11 a.m. to usually about 1 p.m. at the CSU conference room or through Zoom. The Veterans of Foreign Wars Post 5181 Chapter 12 meeting will be held at 214 Highway 491 in Dove Creek this Saturday, April 17th, starting at 11 a.m. For details or questions, go online to vfwco.org. The application for veteran plaques forms are due by May 1st. The Town of Dove Creek Board meeting will be held this Thursday from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m., also in person as well as on Zoom. Every Wednesday is the DC Volunteer Fire Department meeting. That starts at 7:30. They had a good turnout for their pancake breakfast yesterday, with the fundraising benefiting Kara Bingham, and she is in our prayers. The Rock Yes program will hold a drive-through hangout activity distribution on Friday the 16th at 5:30 p.m. And the free basic dance class continues at the Community Center on Wednesdays starting at 6 p.m. all the way into May. And there's a note in the DC Press that if you received a court summons for jury duty to report on April 12th, that trial has been vacated, so you don't need to go to the courthouse today. The next trial on the books will be in mid-May. To catch this program online, visit our Facebook page, DCTV Daily News, also online on YouTube. Both you can follow and or subscribe to easily and join in on the conversation. This is your local community TV station, so if there's something you'd like to share, contact us. The email is dcbnnews@gmail.com or call 970-677-4119. Thank you for tuning in to DCTV Daily News. If you like the program, again, please like and follow us on Facebook and YouTube and share it with your friends and family. This has been a production of DCTV for the DCTV Daily News program out of Dove Creek, Colorado, USA. I'm Kendra Cook. Be well and keep thinking for yourself.